Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Jonathan Sellers. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Sports.
As we told you last week, this past weekend was full of road tests for Troy Sports, and the football team was out in Ragin' Cajun country hoping to bring back a win. However, Louisiana Lafayette proved to be a tough opponent. It's often a challenge to overcome any deficit, but a 24-3 halftime lead by Louisiana Lafayette over Troy proved to be too much for the Trojans to come back from as they dropped their first conference game of the season on Saturday, 31-17. But while the score may indicate a lack of offensive production, Troy outgained the Ragin' Cajuns in total offensive yards, but penalties and turnovers were costly.
We made too many mistakes, penalties and turnovers in the game to come out with a win. Defensively, we just don't get off the field quite enough times and give up some plays and, of course, give up a turnover right before the half for a touchdown, which we got to get out of that habit.
And that habit Blakeney is referring to is throwing interceptions. Quarterback Corey Robinson has thrown an interception in each game of the season and an interception for a touchdown twice this season. And Robinson knows that he and his team are capable of playing better than they have so far.
You know, I feel like we are a talented football team, which we haven't shown yet, but I do feel like, we're talented enough to, to compete with anybody. We just have to play better and to play smarter out there on the field.
And playing smarter means less penalties. The offensive line for the Trojans was only flagged for 9 penalties through the first 4 games of the season, but nearly doubled that number with 8 penalties in the game Saturday. And offensive lineman Kyle Wilborn says it just seemed to spiral out of control.
You look at it trickling down where one guy does something wrong and the next guy does something, so it basically catches like a fire and spreads, or we just need to step back if that happens again, calm down, get ready to go, because it basically is just starting off from the front.
The Trojans are going for their 6th straight Sun Belt Conference championship this season, and with 1 loss in the books, where's that leave this Trojan squad in the hunt for the title? After 2 games of conference play, Troy sits at 500 with a record of 1-1. The Trojans have only lost 5 conference games in the past 5 seasons during the time of their 5 consecutive Sun Belt Conference championships. But according to head coach Larry Blakeney, 1 conference loss doesn't put them out of the running for the title this year.
We've been here before. We were here last year. We were here almost every year but one. We've won the championship with 1 loss. We had 2 losses last year, so I hope we don't get to that. But you're not out of it till you're out of it, and so you got to keep preparing.
And while a loss is usually not considered a good thing, offensive lineman Kyle Wilborn says the loss on Saturday could be what the team needed.
I think it was a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise, really, because it's more like a wake-up call for us. The season's not even over by any stretch. But you look at last year, like Middle Tennessee, them beating FIU at the end of the season put us right back in the conference. So it's an unpredictable league. Everyone's really evenly stretched this year. Preseason
conference favorite FIU sits even with the Trojans and 2 other teams at 1-1 in conference play. Louisiana Lafayette and Arkansas State are both undefeated in the league so far this season, and Blakeney says the search for this year's title will be tough.
You can't go to sleep at the switch in this league. It's just like every other conference, and conference play is what it's all about, and it'll be highly competitive. So we got to get ourselves prepared well and play as hard as we can play.
But despite having 1 conference loss on the season, the players haven't given up hope.
I have no doubt we still have a chance. We're still in the running for it. And I have no doubt with our team and the guys that surround our team, we play up to our caliber. So, it's basically, if we play the way we played at Arkansas the rest of the season, I have no doubt in our team.
You have to find a way to win every week, and that's what we're going to try to do. We just got to claw and scratch and try to get our way to a win every single week from here on out for the rest of the season.
Troy still has 6 conference games left on the schedule.
After a strong start to the season, the volleyball team has hit a bit of a skid. After starting the season 12-6, Troy has dropped 4 in a row, including 2 over the weekend. Troy was on the road at Western Kentucky and lost the match in straight sets. Attack errors hurt Troy once again with 20 overall. The Hilltoppers countered with a .309 attack percentage, including hitting .708 in the second set. Western Kentucky improved to 18-2 on the year. Troy played better on Sunday in Murfreesboro, but fell in straight sets once again, this time to Middle Tennessee. Brianna Coletti led Troy with 9 kills, while Melandy Parker added 26 assists. Here's Coach Sonny Kirkpatrick with his thoughts on the weekend.
I thought we played really well against Middle Tennessee. We, for whatever reason, match up better. We run similar offenses, and it's something that we see not every day, but a lot more often than against Western Kentucky on Friday. We did not match up and do not match up well against them.
Troy is 2-4 in conference and 12-8 overall. The soccer team has followed a similar path to the volleyball team. Strong starts to the year and now a bump in the road. Well, that bump turned into a big pothole as the Trojans faced the top 2 teams in the league over the weekend. Troy lost its 3rd straight road game, falling to North Texas 4-1 on Friday. The Mean Green had 2 early goals, then Samantha Morgan made it 2-1 on her first goal of the year, but North Texas pulled away with 2 late goals to wrap up the win. And Sunday, Troy lost 6-0 against a 12-2 Denver team. Troy had just 1 shot on goal compared to 12 for the Pioneers. Overall, it was a tough weekend for the Trojans and one that Coach Chris Bentley believes his team can grow from.
We went up and played Denver on Sunday. Lost a tough match, to be honest with you. I don't think we went out and gave a good effort at all. I think travel may have played a toll, whatever else, but I don't think there's really any excuses. We were really disappointed in the outcome of the game. I don't think we gave our best effort, and as a result, we were on the wrong end of a pretty bad scoreline. I don't think that that's something to start freaking out about. I think we just need to realize that we didn't put a good effort in, and we have to learn from that and move forward.
Troy is 7-1 overall and 2-4 in the league.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, it'll be just the opposite of last weekend because most of the Trojan teams will be in action at home. We'll bring you all of those details about Trojan sports action.
But first, with all the teams at home, I talked to someone who makes sure all the games are actually played and that things behind the scenes go smoothly. Before we head to the break, Bree Sanders has a look at this weekend's sports forecast.
I'm Bree Sanders. This is your Trojan Sports Now weather. On Friday, the soccer team should be taking on UALR. The kickoff will be at 3 p.m. It should start off around 73 degrees and continue to be 73 through the half, with the final cooling down at 71. We should have sunny skies, light winds, a beautiful day, winds coming in from the northwest from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Moving on to Saturday, our Trojan football team kicks off at 6 p.m. against ULM here right at home. Kickoff should be around 69 degrees, and at the half it should lower to 65 degrees, and at the final it should be 61, sunny skies, cooler temperatures in the evening, winds coming in from the northwest at 5 miles per hour. On Sunday, our soccer team is at it again, taking on Arkansas State University. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. It should start around 71 degrees and continue through 71 through the half and cool down a little bit around 70 degrees for the final. Sunny skies, beautiful afternoon, winds coming in from the east-northeast at 2 miles per hour. This is your Trojan Sports Weather Now.
Trojan Sports Now.